Hi everyone! Welcome back for another growth mindset lesson. So, just like always, we're going to start with a quick review. Pause the video and discuss with your class. Do you remember what a fixed mindset is? And what's a growth mindset? A fixed mindset is when we feel like we're really stuck and we don't believe in ourselves to move forward and we don't know how to jump over those obstacles in our way. So we give up. Whereas that growth mindset, that is, even if we're facing a challenge, we believe in the power of our brains. And we know that if we try or if we problem solve with someone else, that there are ways to get around those challenges. And when we do that, we're going to feel really good. So, speaking of feelings, we are going to talk about them a little bit today. And I wanted to let you know that all feelings are okay. They're totally normal. And each of us human beings, we experience them every day. Sometimes we might even have more than one feeling at a time. And that might sound really wild, but again, it's totally normal. And also, one more thing, feelings aren't bad, feelings aren't good. They're just okay, and they're part of who we are. So, when we have a growth mindset that we're using, we might experience feelings of satisfaction, contentment, happiness. We feel really, really good inside, right? We might even feel really excited when we overcome that challenge because we're trying our best to make it over all those hills and those mountains, even when it feels difficult. On the other hand, sometimes we're using our fixed mindset. And in our fixed mindset, we might feel sad or anxious or nervous. We might even feel hopeless. And that's because we're feeling stuck and we're feeling challenged and we don't always know how to find a way out. But a friendly reminder, that's normal and those feelings are okay too. Sometimes this is where we need to pay extra attention to our feelings because they might act as clues to help nudge us to shift our thinking or our attitude so we can overcome those challenges. So, if we're using our fixed mindset and we feel sad, we might not be able to change our thinking and our attitude right away, right? And this is our body and our mind telling us that we need to take a break. It's okay to take a break. That's good. It's going to help us get back on track. And taking a break helps us manage our feelings so we can keep going and not give up. But how do you take a break? If your mind and your body need to take a break to help manage your strong feelings, that is a perfect time to use your coping skills. Coping skills are strategies that we can use in practice to help us feel more grounded and calm. And once we reach that feeling, then we're able to jump back into that thing that might have felt challenging before and see if we can overcome it this time. So, this is a nice, beautiful picture, and it has 50 coping skills on it. That's a lot. So, I want you to just take a moment and look at it and see if there's anything that you spy that is something that you like to do when you're feeling either really sad or upset. I know for me, I like to take slow, mindful breaths. So that's kind of this little yellow guy on the top right. I also like to get plenty of sleep. That always helps me. And taking a shower kind of helps me reset sometimes. So there are lots of ideas on here. And in just a moment, you're going to have a chance to explore some of those. So your teacher will have some worksheets for you, and you'll have a couple different options of how you can figure out what coping skills are the ones that work best for you. And you'll be able to identify which ones you can have in your toolbox. So when you're feeling those strong emotions and you might be using that fixed mindset and your body is like, hey, we need to take a break. That's the time when you can go to your coping skills toolbox and use one of those. Maybe it's taking a little walk. Maybe it's practicing that flower breath or some belly breathing. And then we're able to return to our work most of the time to try again. So go ahead and try those activities now and Just remember, sometimes some of them work better for different emotions. So when I'm feeling sad, a coping skill for me might be petting my dog. Whereas if I'm feeling really frustrated, I might need to go exercise. Okay, so this is what we've learned today, that it's okay if it's hard to practice a growth mindset sometimes. We're all human, right? This is part of living our lives every day. And sometimes we don't always have good days, but that's why we can listen to our mind and our body and emotion clues to see if we need to take a break or care for ourselves. And coping skills are great to use during a break or when we feel like we need some love to ourselves, and they can help us feel grounded. Finally, here is your challenge. So, spring break is coming up, and I challenge you to practice paying attention to the clues that your body, your mind, and your emotions are giving you. And if you need a break because you're experiencing strong feelings, use your coping skills. I cannot wait to hear how you practice your coping skills over spring break when you're experiencing those strong feelings because we're all human and it happens. So, thank you for joining me today. I hope you learned a lot and enjoy this little activity, and I'll see you next time.